Jillian, thanks. President Trump met by protesters as he and the First Family gave their condolences in Pittsburgh yesterday. Many on the left blaming the president's rhetoric for inciting that horrific shooting from Saturday, some even calling him anti-Semitic. But doesn't the president's record with Israel speak for itself? Here now to debate this topic is Democratic political analyst Jason Nichols and senior advisor for the Trump 2020 campaign, Katrina Pearson. Guys, thanks so much for coming on this morning. Jason, I want to start with you. Why is the president responsible for Saturday, and why is he anti-Semitic?
Well, number one, I would not say that the president is anti-Semitic. That's never a claim that I think anyone can really strongly make. I think the issue is that he has a rhetoric that is condoned violence and condoned hatred. And Jews know better than anyone, the Jewish community knows that their injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and that their freedom is connected to every other person's freedom. That's why they were part of the civil rights movement. So when you target Muslims, when you target foreigners and other people, you know, they understand that they are always next on the list. And so they are rejecting the president for those reasons.
Katrina, your response.
Well, look, I think that there are people out there in the media, including the protesters that you mentioned, that are saying that President Trump is somehow responsible for this insanity and calling him an anti-Semite. And his record absolutely shows the opposite. But that doesn't fit in line with the rhetoric that the left wants to perpetuate going into this midterm that's just a few days away. This is definitely resistance over the record, with the president having a daughter that converted to Judaism, married a Jew, and has several Jewish children. It's just another attack against the president that the left likes to make without any regard for the left's consistent connection to Louis Farrakhan.
And it's worth noting that this shooter in this thing did not like the president. Let me get to this real quick. Let me just show you some of the connections that the president has to Israel. First of all, the boldest move any president's ever made with Israel, moving that embassy to Jerusalem. He has a very close relationship with the current prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. Jared and Ivanka Trump actually named, who's his daughter and son-in-law, named the third most influential Jews in the world in 2017 by the Jerusalem Post. The Western Wall train station has been named after Donald Trump. There's just a number of things that he can say that point him to being a supporter of Israel. And again, the man that committed this terrible crime is an anti-Semite. Let's pull up a picture of our former president hanging out all smiles with Louis Farrakhan, a man who has compared the Jews to termites. I mean, he's awfully happy in that picture. There are a number, Jason, a number of Democrats that have pretty strong connections to Louis Farrakhan, and yet nobody blamed any Democrats for what happened on Saturday. Why do you think that is?
Well, listen, Rob, we know that the president has been praised by David Duke, some of the worst anti-Semites around, Andrew Anglin, Matthew Heimbach. So if you're going to make those connections, and I can tell you that those are white nationalists that have actually led to people's deaths. Louis Farrakhan, tell me who Louis Farrakhan has actually killed, or who the Nation of Islam has been involved in any kind of direct violence with Jewish communities or any other communities. What we can say is that the president is praised and loved by the white nationalist community, which is virulently anti-Semitic. So we have to actually acknowledge that if you're going to bring Farrakhan into the discussion.
Katrina?
Well, you'll notice that the actual question was not answered there. And the difference, I will point out, is that Donald Trump isn't out posing with pictures with supremacy in any fashion. Not only that, but just Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton recently shared a stage with Louis Farrakhan. Huge difference here.
At a funeral.
And we absolutely need to see the left be a little bit more consistent when it comes to their criticism with regards to racism and anti-Semitism, because right now it's all directed at Trump without any regard for the facts.
Okay, you guys both make some strong points this morning. We do appreciate your time. We'll leave it there. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Rob.